Ladies and gentlemen, when you're facing challenges, when the world around you starts to crumble, when people begin to quit and lose hope, that's when you are tested. It's in these moments when you feel like everything is stacked against you that the true power within you can rise. The question is, will you let it? Will you decide, no matter the odds, that you are going to push forward? Or will you fall into the trap of giving up just because others do? This is the grind. This is what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. The ones who stay focused when everyone else gives in, who keep going when the world says stop, are the ones who make history. They are the ones who break through. If you want to make an impact, if you want to rise above the noise, you must learn how to stay focused when others quit. Focus isn't a skill that's given to you by chance. It's a muscle that you build, a habit that you nurture every single day. And in moments when everything seems to be falling apart, that focus is what will carry you through. The grind isn't just about putting in hours or effort. It's about mental discipline. It's about developing the mindset that says, I will not quit. You see, most people fail not because they lack talent or ability, but because they lose focus. They allow distractions to consume them. They become impatient. The truth is, everyone gets tired. Everyone gets discouraged. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ones who make it through are the ones who learn to press forward, even when everything within them wants to quit. The grind doesn't care about how tired you are. It doesn't care if you're emotionally drained. It doesn't care if you're struggling. What the grind does care about is whether or not you're willing to keep pushing forward. The grind is about doing the work even when the applause dies down, when the excitement fades, and when no one is watching. It's about choosing to rise every morning with a commitment to your vision, no matter how dark the day ahead may seem. It's about embracing the process, knowing that every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. When everyone else is quitting, this is when you should go deeper. This is the moment when you step up, when you dig in, when you go all in on yourself. Focus isn't just about concentrating on the end result. It's about focusing on the process, embracing the challenges, and being present in the work. The moment you decide to show up when everyone else is backing down is the moment you start to separate yourself from the pack. Now let's talk about why people quit. The truth is, quitting is easy. It's tempting. It's human nature to look for the quickest exit when things get hard. When you're faced with obstacles, when the road gets bumpy, the easiest thing to do is give up. But this is where the grind becomes a choice you make every single day. The grind isn't easy, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. When people quit, they've lost sight of their purpose. They've stopped focusing on the bigger picture. Maybe they're tired, maybe they're frustrated, maybe they feel like they've hit a wall. But the grind doesn't promise ease, it promises progress, growth, and results. And it's during the hardest moments when the world is crumbling around you that you need to dig deeper and refocus. This is the true test. You might think, I've done everything I can. I've given it my all, but listen to me closely. Your best effort today isn't necessarily your best effort tomorrow. Each day you are capable of more. There's always more in you. The people who succeed are the ones who reach beyond what they thought was their limit. The ones who push through the discomfort, the ones who refuse to give in. Because when the pressure mounts, when the noise gets louder, that's when the most extraordinary breakthroughs happen. It's easy to show up when things are easy. But when things get tough, when the weight is unbearable, when you feel like you can't take another step, that's the moment when the grind reveals its true value. The grind is about commitment to a vision, a goal, a dream that you refuse to let go of. It's about making a decision every day that you will show up, that you will do what others won't do, that you will stay focused when others give up. The world will throw countless obstacles your way. People will tell you that it's not worth it, that you're wasting your time, that you should quit. But here's the reality: those people don't understand the bigger picture. They don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. They're not on the same journey you are. If you've ever felt the weight of self-doubt creeping in, if you've ever thought that maybe the struggle isn't worth it, I'm here to tell you that it is. The grind is always worth it. It's worth the sacrifices. It's worth the long nights, the early mornings, the challenges that seem insurmountable. It's worth it because of who you become in the process. When you're committed to staying focused when others quit, you're forging a version of yourself that is unbreakable, unstoppable, and unmatched. But here's the key: staying focused doesn't mean ignoring your emotions. It doesn't mean pretending that everything is okay when it's not. No, it's about acknowledging the pain, the frustration, the setbacks, and choosing to rise above them anyway. It's about giving yourself permission to feel, but not letting those feelings control your actions. Your emotions are real, but they do not define your outcome. It's your mindset, your decisions, your focus that will shape your destiny. So what does it take to stay focused when everyone else quits? It starts with having a purpose, a reason that is bigger than yourself. When your why is strong enough, when your reason for pushing forward outweighs your need for comfort, that's when focus becomes unshakable. That's when distractions lose their power over you. That's when the grind becomes your greatest ally. Staying focused is also about discipline. It's about structuring your time, setting boundaries, and eliminating the distractions that pull you off course. You need to have a clear vision of where you're headed, and you need to take deliberate action every day to move closer to that vision. Without a plan, without structure, focus is difficult to maintain. Without discipline, distractions will always find a way in. Every time you feel like quitting, every time you feel the urge to give up, ask yourself this: why did I start in the first place? What was my reason for committing to this journey? When you reconnect with your purpose, with a bigger vision, your focus will reignite, and the grind will feel less like a struggle and more like a privilege. There will always be people who tell you that you can't do it. They'll try to convince you to quit, to take the easy road, to follow the crowd. But remember, the people who try to tear you down are the same ones who will never experience the level of success and fulfillment that you're striving for. They're the ones who gave up, who quit too soon, who couldn't handle the grind. They're not your competition, you are. Your competition is the version of yourself that you haven't yet become. It's the fear, the doubt, the hesitation, the insecurities that try to hold you back. But you're stronger than all of that. You have the power to break free, to push through, and to become someone who thrives in the grind. Focus isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. It's a commitment to your future self, to the person you are becoming, and to the legacy you will leave behind. When you stay focused, when you keep grinding, when you refuse to give up, this is when you realize that the journey, the grind, the challenge, it's all worth it. It's worth it because of what you'll become in the process, because of the strength you'll build, because of the people you'll inspire, and because of the difference you'll make in the world. The grind is not for the faint-hearted, but it's for the ones who choose to push forward, the ones who stay focused when others quit. It's for those who refuse to settle for mediocrity, who rise above the noise, and who keep moving forward no matter what. You are capable of more than you know. The grind is waiting for you. It's time to stay focused. Time to stay in the game. Time to rise. Focus is not a natural trait, but a skill that can be developed through discipline and consistency. It requires daily effort and mental commitment, especially when facing challenges. Having a clear, compelling reason for your goals is essential to staying focused. When your why is strong enough, it helps you push through difficult moments and stay committed when others quit. The grind is about doing the work when it's hard, staying focused during adversity, and showing up even when no one else is. Success comes not from avoiding struggle, but from persevering through it. Yes, staying focused requires eliminating distractions, having a structured plan, and consistently taking action toward your goal. Discipline is a critical tool to maintain focus and move forward effectively. Doubt, fear, and external negativity are inevitable, but overcoming them is key to success. The grind tests your resilience, and it's the people who choose to stay focused and keep going who ultimately prevail. Focus is often regarded as something inherent, something that people either have or don't. We look at successful individuals and assume that they have an exceptional ability to stay focused, but we don't always see the work and training behind it. In reality, focus is not something you're born with, it's a muscle, one that can be developed, stretched, and strengthened over time. Like any muscle, if you don't work on it, it weakens, and if you push it too hard without allowing it to recover, it can become strained and ineffective. But with the right training, patience, and intentional effort, focus can be cultivated to become a powerful tool that helps you achieve your goals, overcome obstacles, and transform your life. To understand focus as a muscle, it's important to first recognize that it's not just about concentrating on a task for an extended period. True focus is about mental discipline, the ability to direct and maintain your attention on one thing, even when distractions are all around you, even when your mind wants to wander, even when life throws challenges your way. It's about making deliberate choices to stay on track, to push through resistance, and to keep your eye on the prize, even when immediate gratification or easier paths are more tempting. Most people, when they think of focus, think of being able to concentrate on one thing for a long time. But that's only part of the equation. Focus also involves the mental clarity to block out the noise and identify what matters most. It requires the awareness to say no to distractions, even the ones that feel urgent in the moment, because you know they don't contribute to your ultimate goal. To truly master focus, you must cultivate the awareness of where your attention is at all times and train yourself to shift it toward the things that align with your values and vision. Just like any other muscle, building focus takes time and consistency. You can't go to the gym for one session and expect to have a chiseled body. Similarly, you can't expect to sit down and work for hours on end with unwavering focus without practicing the skills required to keep your mind sharp. In fact, one of the most important aspects of developing focus is building the habit of focusing. It's about training yourself to consistently return your attention to the task at hand over and over again, especially when it feels difficult or uncomfortable. To start building focus, it's essential to practice it in small increments. Think of it like lifting weights. When you first start, you might only be able to focus for a few minutes at a time before your attention starts to drift. But by gradually increasing the duration of your focus and challenging yourself to stay engaged for a little longer each time, you strengthen your focus muscle. As you practice, it becomes easier to sit with your thoughts and work through tasks without being pulled away by distractions. And over time, this ability to focus for longer periods of time becomes a habit that's ingrained in your daily routine. One of the most significant challenges to maintaining focus is the sheer number of distractions we face daily. Our phones, social media, constant notifications, and even the environments we work in all contribute to a scattered mind. Every time you glance at your phone or get pulled into an irrelevant conversation, your focus is weakened. And the more you allow distractions to pull you away from your goals, the harder it becomes to maintain sustained attention. But here's the thing, distractions aren't the real enemy. The real enemy is your ability or lack thereof to stay disciplined in the face of those distractions. Building focus means learning how to resist the pull of distractions. It's about making intentional decisions to limit the impact of outside noise on your mental space. And this requires self-control and discipline. It means setting clear boundaries around your time, eliminating the things that don't serve your goals, and creating an environment that supports your ability to focus. For example, you might decide to turn off notifications, schedule time blocks for deep work, or create a quiet, distraction-free workspace. The more you structure your environment to help you focus, the easier it becomes to engage with your work. Another key aspect of strengthening focus is learning how to manage your energy. Just as physical muscle requires recovery and rest, your mental focus needs time to recharge. Too often, people push themselves to work without breaks, expecting to be able to maintain focus for hours on end. But this leads to burnout. Mental fatigue is real, and it's important to recognize when your focus is no longer as sharp as it needs to be. It's essential to give yourself permission to step back and recharge. Taking short breaks, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in physical exercise can all help restore your mental energy and enhance your ability to focus when you return to the task. In addition to energy management, setting clear intentions and goals is crucial for sustaining focus. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it becomes much easier to direct your attention to the right things. Without a clear vision of where you're going, it's easy to get distracted by things that feel important in the moment but don't actually contribute to your bigger goals. Focus thrives on clarity. It's much easier to stay focused when you know exactly what you're working toward and why it matters. Setting specific, measurable goals creates a sense of direction and gives you something concrete to work toward. When your goals are clear, your mind can filter out distractions more effectively, keeping you on track toward your desired outcome. It's also important to understand that focus isn't about perfection, it's about progress. There will be times when your mind wanders, when distractions pull your attention away, or when your energy wanes. This doesn't mean you failed, it simply means that you need to bring yourself back into alignment. The key is to recognize when your focus has slipped and gently guide it back to where it belongs. This requires self-awareness and self-compassion. Rather than beating yourself up for losing focus, acknowledge it and then refocus your attention. Over time, you'll find that this process becomes easier and faster. With practice, you'll strengthen your ability to stay focused for longer periods, even when faced with obstacles. Building focus is also about building resilience. Life will inevitably throw distractions and challenges your way. You will face moments of doubt, frustration, and discouragement. But if you have developed a strong focus muscle, you'll be able to weather those storms and keep moving forward. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to stay committed to your goals, even when the going gets tough. Focus supports resilience because it allows you to keep your attention fixed on the bigger picture, even when the small details seem overwhelming. It's about refusing to let temporary distractions derail you from your ultimate vision. One of the greatest benefits of building focus is the sense of control it gives you. In a world full of chaos, distractions, and external pressures, focus allows you to regain control over your actions, your thoughts, and your time. When you learn how to focus, you stop reacting to the outside world and start responding according to your own intentions. You take charge of where you direct your energy, and you become the architect of your own success. The more you build your focus, the more empowered you feel. You stop allowing external circumstances to dictate your emotional state, and instead you create an inner world where focus becomes your guiding force. As you continue to strengthen your focus, you will begin to notice significant improvements in your productivity, your results, and your overall sense of well-being. Tasks that once felt overwhelming become easier to manage because you can give them the full attention they deserve. You become more efficient, more effective, and more confident in your ability to achieve your goals. And because you are focused, you are more present in the moment, which leads to greater satisfaction and fulfillment. Focus is the key that unlocks your potential. It's the muscle that enables you to turn your dreams into reality. And just like any muscle, the more you work on it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you resist the urge to be distracted, every time you bring your attention back to what truly matters, every time you push through when it feels difficult, you are building your focus. It's not an overnight transformation, but with consistent practice, focus becomes second nature. It becomes the foundation upon which you build everything else in your life, from your success to your relationships to your personal growth. Focus is the tool that helps you cut through the noise and achieve greatness one step at a time. Purpose is the invisible force that propels you forward when the road is tough, the goal seems distant, and doubt creeps into your mind. It is the deep inner drive that fuels your actions, shapes your decisions, and sustains your focus when external circumstances try to derail you. Having a purpose isn't just about having something to strive for, it's about having something that stirs your soul, something that resonates deeply within you. It's the compass that guides you through every storm, every challenge, every setback. Without purpose, life becomes a series of random events, each one disconnected from the next, each one potentially leading to confusion and dissatisfaction. But when you know your purpose, when you're clear on why you're doing what you're doing, everything changes. Suddenly, the obstacles become opportunities, the hardships become lessons, and the challenges become stepping stones on your path to fulfillment. Purpose is personal. It's unique to each individual, and it's not something you can easily find in the external world. It isn't something that someone else can define for you. It's the deep knowing that emerges when you take the time to truly listen to yourself, to your inner voice, and to the quiet pull of your heart. Your purpose is born from your passions, your values, your experiences, and your vision of what you want to create in the world. When you connect with your purpose, it ignites a fire inside you that cannot be extinguished by external circumstances. This is why people who live with purpose are often the ones who can endure the most difficult situations and come out stronger on the other side. Purpose gives you a reason to keep going, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Many people go through life without a clear sense of purpose, merely existing from one day to the next without understanding the deeper reason behind their actions. They follow the path laid out by other society's expectations, families' demands, or the pressure to conform. They go to work, they meet their obligations, and they go through the motions, but without a purpose driving them, life can feel hollow, like something is missing. The absence of purpose leads to burnout, dissatisfaction, and a sense of emptiness that can be hard to shake off. On the other hand, when you know your purpose, when you're clear on why you do what you do, you wake up with a sense of passion and direction. Your purpose becomes a beacon that draws you forward, no matter how dark the night. It's the thing that makes all the struggles worth it. Because you know that each step you take is aligned with your deepest values and your long-term vision. Purpose gives you clarity. It provides a filter through which you can evaluate your choices and actions. When you have a sense of purpose, every decision becomes easier because you have a reference point. You can ask yourself, does this move me closer to my purpose or does it take me further away from it? It's like having a roadmap for life where you don't get lost in the detours or distractions that can so easily pull you off track. It helps you prioritize what matters and let go of what doesn't. When you're working toward your purpose, your energy and attention are directed toward the things that are truly important. You don't waste time or effort on things that don't align with your goals. Your purpose helps you stay focused even when external pressures or temptations try to sway you. One of the most powerful aspects of purpose is that it gives you resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when you face failure or criticism, when you question your abilities or wonder if it's all worth it. But purpose acts as your anchor in those moments. It reminds you that the struggle is temporary and the bigger vision is worth fighting for. When your actions are aligned with your purpose, failure isn't something to fear, it's a lesson to learn from. Challenges become part of the process, not obstacles to your success. Your purpose gives you the strength to keep going, even when the path seems unclear or the goal seems too far away. It is what allows you to persevere when others give up, and it's the source of your inner strength that keeps you grounded during times of uncertainty. Purpose also brings meaning to your work and your life. It transforms everyday tasks into something meaningful, even when the work itself may seem mundane. When you connect what you do to a greater purpose, it changes how you approach your tasks. A person who is working just to get by, just to pay the bills, will experience their work as a burden. But a person who sees their work as a way to fulfill a deeper purpose will find fulfillment in even the most challenging aspects of their job. Every action becomes an expression of your larger vision. The menial tasks become part of the bigger picture, and you find joy in contributing to something greater than yourself. It's not about the specific task you're doing, it's about how those tasks serve the larger mission you've set for yourself. This perspective shifts everything. It makes the struggle meaningful. It makes the work enjoyable. It makes the journey worthwhile. The power of purpose extends beyond the individual level. When you live with purpose, you naturally inspire others to do the same. People are drawn to those who are clear about their vision and who live in alignment with their values. Your sense of purpose becomes contagious. When others see you pursuing your goals with passion and commitment, they are inspired to find their own purpose. You become a beacon of hope for others, showing them that it's possible to live a life of intention and fulfillment. Purpose creates a ripple effect. It's not just about you and your goals, it's about how your actions impact the people around you. When you live with purpose, you contribute to a greater collective energy, a community that is focused on growth, on creating positive change, and on making the world a better place. Another critical aspect of purpose is its ability to help you navigate adversity. Life will always present obstacles, and at times it can feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. During these times, it's easy to lose sight of why you're doing what you're doing. It's easy to become discouraged and want to quit. But when you have a clear purpose, adversity becomes something you can overcome. You begin to see obstacles as opportunities to grow and evolve, as stepping stones on the way to achieving your purpose. Your purpose gives you the strength to keep moving forward, even when the world is pushing you in the opposite direction. You can look at challenges not as roadblocks, but as part of your journey. Purpose transforms adversity into fuel for your determination, turning every setback into a setup for your next level of growth. There are moments in life when you may find yourself questioning your purpose. You may wonder if you're on the right path, if you've made the right choices, or if you're truly living in alignment with your deepest desires. This is completely normal. Purpose is not something you necessarily find once and for all. It's a continual process of discovery, refinement, and growth. You evolve as a person, and so does your sense of purpose. It's important to stay open to the changes that come with time and experience. As you learn, grow, and face new challenges, your purpose may shift, expand, or become more defined. What matters is that you remain committed to living intentionally, to continuously seeking out what truly matters to you, and to staying aligned with your deepest values. Purpose is the fuel that drives you through the hardest times, the light that guides you when the path is unclear, and the force that gives your life meaning and direction. It is the foundation of everything you do. Without it, life can feel like a series of disjointed moments, like you're just going through the motions. But when you have a clear sense of purpose, every day becomes an opportunity to take a step towards something greater. Your purpose gives you the strength to keep going when everything around you suggests you should quit. It helps you stay grounded and focused when distractions and setbacks try to pull you away from your goals. Purpose transforms every challenge into a chance to learn, grow, and become the person you were always meant to be. When you connect with your purpose, everything changes. Your actions become intentional. Your energy becomes focused. Your impact becomes undeniable. Purpose turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. It turns dreams into reality. It's the driving force behind every accomplishment, every victory, and every step forward. Purpose is the engine that powers your life, the reason you wake up every morning with passion, determination, and clarity. It is the essence of who you are, and when you live from that place, you create a life that is rich with meaning, fulfillment, and impact. Embracing the grind is one of the most important lessons you will ever learn in life. It's the recognition that success is not something that happens overnight, nor is it something that comes easily. The grind is the process of showing up every day, even when you're tired, even when the odds seem stacked against you, and even when it feels like you're not making progress. It's about putting in the work when no one is watching, when the reward seems distant, and when it feels like the world is moving on without you. The grind is where you build character, resilience, and perseverance. It's where you learn the true value of hard work, the power of consistency, and the strength that lies in pushing through challenges. In a world that often celebrates instant success, the grind is the one thing that most people overlook. Everyone sees the glamorous side of achievement, the accolades, the recognition, the rewards, but few are willing to put in the work that makes all of that possible. The grind is about doing the work when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when you don't feel like it, and when you don't see immediate results. It's the unseen hours of effort, the sacrifices made behind the scenes, and the unwavering commitment to keep going, even when progress feels slow or non-existent. Embracing the grind means understanding that success isn't about luck or talent, it's about consistent effort, day in and day out. The grind is not glamorous. It's not a path that's filled with constant motivation or excitement. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the ones who are the most talented or the most gifted. They're the ones who show up every single day, no matter the circumstances. They are the ones who keep putting in the effort, even when they don't feel like it, and even when the odds are stacked against them. Success is built on the foundation of these small, seemingly insignificant actions. It's about staying consistent and persistent, even when you don't see immediate results. Over time, these small actions compound, and that's when real success begins to happen. One of the hardest parts about the grind is dealing with setbacks and failures. When you're putting in the work and not seeing results, it's easy to feel discouraged. You might start questioning your abilities or wondering if the effort is worth it. But here's the truth: the grind is where you build the resilience that will carry you through those tough times. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. Failure is not something to be afraid of. It's an inevitable part of the journey. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. The grind is about learning how to embrace failure, to use it as fuel to keep moving forward. It's about understanding that each failure brings you one step closer to success, as long as you don't quit. Embracing the grind also means developing a mindset that values effort over results. In a world that values instant gratification, it's easy to become obsessed with the outcome. We want results quickly, and when we don't get them, we become frustrated and discouraged. But the truth is, success is a long-term game. It's not about getting the results right away. It's about putting in the work and trusting that the results will come in time. This mindset shift is essential for embracing the grind. It's about learning to love the process, to find satisfaction in the effort itself, rather than constantly focusing on the end goal. When you embrace the grind, you start to see the beauty in the work, in the journey, and in the small victories that happen along the way. The grind also requires a deep sense of discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing through the resistance, the self-doubt, and the fear of failure. Discipline is what keeps you going when your motivation fades, when you hit obstacles, and when things get tough. Without discipline, the grind becomes almost impossible to sustain. Motivation will come and go, but discipline is what keeps you consistent. It's what allows you to keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it, and even when you don't see immediate results. Discipline is what turns the grind into a habit. It's what makes the effort sustainable over the long haul. Consistency is another key element of the grind. It's not about doing the work once in a while, it's about showing up day after day, no matter what. The people who succeed are the ones who consistently put in the effort, even when it's hard or uncomfortable. They don't wait for the perfect moment or for motivation to strike. They make the commitment to keep going, regardless of the circumstances. Consistency is what turns small efforts into big results. It's the foundation of success. When you embrace the grind, you understand that success is not about making huge leaps all at once. It's about making steady, consistent progress over time. The more consistent you are, the more progress you'll make and the closer you'll get to your goals. Another important aspect of embracing the grind is learning how to manage your energy. The grind requires a significant amount of effort, and it's easy to burn out if you're not careful. Managing your energy means knowing when to push yourself and when to rest. It's about finding the balance between working hard and taking care of your body and mind. Burnout happens when you push yourself too hard without giving yourself time to recover. Embracing the grind means learning how to pace yourself, to recognize when you need to take a step back, and to recharge when necessary. This is where the power of rest and recovery comes into play. The grind doesn't mean working endlessly without stopping. It means working hard, but also knowing when to rest and recharge so that you can keep going in the long run. At times, the grind can feel isolating. You may look around and see others achieving success faster or with less effort, and it can be easy to feel discouraged or like you're not doing enough. But what you may not realize is that the people who achieve success effortlessly in the eyes of others are often the ones who have already gone through their own grind. Success doesn't come without a price. Everyone has to go through the grind in some form, even if it's not visible to the outside world. The people who succeed aren't necessarily the ones who have it easy. They're the ones who keep showing up, even when no one else does. They're the ones who stay focused, stay disciplined, and stay committed to the grind, regardless of the circumstances. The grind is also about developing patience. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's easy to get frustrated when you don't see immediate results, but the grind teaches you the importance of patience. You learn to trust the process, to believe that the work you're putting in now will pay off in the future. Patience is a skill that is cultivated over time, and it's essential for embracing the grind. You have to learn how to stay committed, even when the results aren't visible yet, and believe that all of the effort you're putting in will eventually lead to success. This patience is what keeps you moving forward, even when it feels like progress is slow. Embracing the grind is also about being adaptable. There will be times when things don't go according to plan, when you encounter unexpected obstacles, or when you face setbacks that seem insurmountable. The grind is about learning how to adapt, how to adjust your approach, and how to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. Adaptability is the key to staying resilient in the face of adversity. The grind requires you to be flexible, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep going no matter what. The ability to adapt is what allows you to continue grinding, even when things aren't going the way you expected. When you embrace the grind, you start to develop a deep sense of purpose. You begin to see that the work you're doing is more than just about the end result. It's about the person you're becoming along the way. The grind is about growth. It's about learning more about yourself, about your strengths and weaknesses, and about what you're truly capable of. The grind builds your character. It teaches you humility, resilience, and discipline. It shows you what you're made of, and it's through this process that you discover the strength and power you have within you. The grind is not easy, but it is necessary. It's the path to true success. Embracing the grind means accepting that the road to achievement is long and filled with challenges. But it's also the path to personal growth, to resilience, and to a deeper understanding of yourself. The grind teaches you the value of effort, of consistency, of discipline, and of patience. It's where you build the foundation for everything you want to achieve in life. When you learn to embrace the grind, you learn to embrace the journey. You learn that success is not just about the destination, but about the person you become along the way. The grind shapes you into someone who can handle anything life throws at them. It builds the muscle you need to achieve your dreams. Discipline over distractions is the cornerstone of achieving anything meaningful in life. It's the ability to stay focused on what truly matters, to make intentional choices about where to place your energy, and to take consistent action toward your goals despite the constant barrage of distractions that the world presents. In an age where notifications, social media, and constant stimulation are on our fingertips, staying disciplined requires a level of commitment and self-control that many people overlook, but it's the key to unlocking your true potential and accomplishing what others deem impossible. The ability to harness discipline, to focus on long-term goals rather than the fleeting temptations of short-term satisfaction, is what separates the achievers from those who fall into mediocrity. Distractions are everywhere, and they are constantly vying for your attention. Whether it's the endless scroll of social media, the pull of your phone, the pressure of responding to emails, or the noise of the outside world, distractions are an inevitable part of modern life. The challenge isn't in eliminating distractions entirely, as that's nearly impossible, but in developing the ability to manage them and choose discipline over indulgence. Distractions are seductive because they offer immediate gratification. They promise pleasure, excitement, or a temporary escape, but at the cost of your long-term goals. They steal your time, your focus, and your energy, leaving you feeling drained and unaccomplished at the end of the day. Discipline, on the other hand, asks you to take the longer, often harder route, making decisions now that will serve you better in the future. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to be perfect, nor is it about rigidly sticking to a set of rules without deviation. It's about having control over your actions, your choices, and your thoughts. It's the ability to stay aligned with your deeper goals and desires, even when the world around you is encouraging you to do something else. Discipline allows you to make conscious choices, to evaluate each moment and ask, does this action align with the person I want to become? Does this bring me closer to my long-term vision? Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you reinforce your commitment to your goals and the future you're building. Every time you say no to something that pulls you away from your focus, you're saying yes to the life you want to create. One of the biggest obstacles to discipline is the fact that distractions come in many forms. Some distractions are obvious, like watching TV or scrolling through social media for hours. But others are more insidious, like checking email every few minutes, feeling the need to answer every text immediately, or letting your mind wander instead of staying present in the moment. Distractions can be external, like people or technology, but they can also be internal, like self-doubt, procrastination, or fear of failure. Learning to distinguish between the distractions that truly serve you and those that drain you is a crucial step in mastering discipline. Not all distractions are harmful. Some can provide a necessary break or serve as a form of relaxation, but you must learn to differentiate between those that contribute to your well-being and those that simply waste time and energy without adding value to your life. A significant part of cultivating discipline over distractions is understanding the long-term consequences of your choices. It's easy to get caught up in the momentary pleasure of a distraction, but it's important to ask yourself what it's costing you in the long run. Every time you give in to a distraction, you are sacrificing the opportunity to make progress toward your goals. Over time, these small sacrifices accumulate and can create a life that is full of missed opportunities and unrealized potential. The more you give in to distractions, the harder it becomes to stay disciplined. On the other hand, when you choose discipline over distractions, you are investing in your future. You're making the conscious decision to stay focused on your vision, to take the necessary steps to achieve it, and to stay committed to your path, no matter how difficult it may seem in the moment. One of the most powerful tools for cultivating discipline is creating an environment that supports your focus. The world is full of distractions, but you have the power to design your surroundings in a way that minimizes those distractions. Start by eliminating or reducing the things that tempt you to break your focus. Turn off notifications on your phone, remove apps that are time wasters, and create a physical space that is conducive to deep work and concentration. Surround yourself with things that remind you of your goals, that inspire you, and that keep you motivated. Create a space that encourages productivity and focus, whether it's a clean, organized desk, a quiet room, or a designated area for creative work. The more intentional you are about your environment, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined. Another key aspect of discipline over distractions is developing a strong sense of self-awareness. You must learn to recognize when you're slipping into distractions and catch yourself before they take over. This requires mindfulness and the ability to observe your thoughts and behaviors without judgment. Self-awareness helps you recognize when you're becoming distracted and gives you the opportunity to redirect your focus before it's too late. It's not about beating yourself up for being distracted. It's about recognizing the moment and choosing a different course of action. The more you practice self-awareness, the better you'll become at recognizing distractions in real time and choosing to stay disciplined. Self-awareness also involves understanding your patterns, triggers, and tendencies. Do you get easily distracted when you're bored, tired, or stressed? Do you find yourself checking your phone whenever you feel uncomfortable or uncertain? Once you identify your distractions, you can take steps to minimize them or address the underlying causes that lead you to seek them out. Building discipline over distractions is also about learning how to prioritize. Discipline isn't just about saying no to distractions, it's about saying yes to the things that matter most. You must have a clear understanding of your goals and your values in order to prioritize the right things in your life. What are the most important tasks you need to focus on each day? What are the activities that will bring you closer to your long-term vision? What are the things that align with your deepest values? Once you know what truly matters, you can start to eliminate the distractions that pull you away from those priorities. Learning to prioritize means being able to say no to the things that don't align with your goals, no matter how tempting or urgent they may seem. It's about making deliberate choices and not allowing distractions to dictate your time and energy. Discipline over distractions also requires building a routine that supports your goals. Routines are incredibly powerful because they remove the need for constant decision-making. When you have a routine in place, you don't have to waste time deciding what to do next. You simply follow the plan. A routine helps you stay disciplined by making it easier to stay on track, even when distractions arise. It also creates a sense of structure and accountability. Having a routine that includes time for focused work, rest, and self-care helps you maintain balance and avoid burnout. But routines require consistency and commitment. You can't expect to stay disciplined if you don't stick to your routine consistently. Discipline is built through daily practice. The more you stick to your routine, the easier it becomes to stay focused and avoid distractions. One of the most difficult aspects of managing distractions is the role of instant gratification. We live in a world that is constantly providing us with immediate rewards. Whether it's a like on social media, a new episode of your favorite show, or a quick snack, we are conditioned to expect instant satisfaction. But this constant need for immediate gratification is one of the biggest enemies of discipline. Discipline is about resisting the urge for instant rewards and focusing on the long-term gain. It's about understanding that the most meaningful accomplishments come from delayed gratification, from putting in the work now and enjoying the rewards later. Overcoming the desire for instant gratification requires training your mind to focus on the bigger picture, to remember why you're doing what you're doing, and to trust that the effort you put in today will pay off in the future. Discipline also involves setting clear, specific goals and breaking them down into manageable steps. When your goals are clear and actionable, it becomes much easier to stay disciplined. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the big picture, you can focus on the small tasks that will lead you to success. Breaking down your goals into smaller, achievable steps gives you a clear roadmap to follow, making it easier to stay on track and avoid distractions. It also provides you with a sense of accomplishment as you check off each task along the way. When you can see your progress, it motivates you to keep going and stay disciplined, even when the temptation to get distracted arises. Finally, discipline over distractions is about developing a growth mindset. It's about viewing challenges and setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. When you encounter distractions or obstacles, instead of getting frustrated or giving up, see them as part of the process. Embrace them as opportunities to develop your discipline and improve your ability to focus. A growth mindset allows you to bounce back from distractions more quickly and learn from your mistakes, making it easier to stay disciplined in the future. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you're becoming better, stronger, and more focused on your long-term goals. Embrace the process of growth, and discipline will become a natural part of your life. Choosing discipline over distractions is the key to achieving anything meaningful in life. It requires commitment, self-awareness, and the ability to prioritize what matters most. It's about understanding that every moment is an opportunity to either reinforce your goals or give in to distractions. The more you embrace discipline, the more you will find that distractions lose their power over you. Discipline becomes a habit, a natural part of your life, and eventually it becomes the foundation upon which your success is built. By mastering discipline, you can create a life that is focused, purposeful, and aligned with your deepest desires. Resilience in the face of doubt is one of the most powerful qualities you can cultivate in life. It's the ability to keep moving forward even when everything inside you tells you to stop, when the world around you seems uncertain, and when the path ahead appears unclear. Doubt is a natural part of the human experience, and everyone encounters it at some point. It can come in many forms: self-doubt, doubt from others, or doubt in the process. But how you respond to doubt determines the trajectory of your life. Resilience isn't about avoiding doubt or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about developing the strength to face it head on, to move through it, and to let it fuel you rather than defeat you. At some point, everyone experiences moments of doubt. You may question your abilities, wonder if you're on the right path, or feel overwhelmed by challenges that seem insurmountable. These moments of uncertainty can be deeply uncomfortable and discouraging. They make you question everything you've worked for and can cause you to lose confidence in yourself. But this is where resilience is born. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding doubt, it comes from learning how to face it and keep going anyway. It's the ability to persist, to remain strong in the face of adversity, and to trust in your ability to overcome whatever obstacles stand in your way. One of the biggest challenges when facing doubt is dealing with the voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough. This voice can be incredibly convincing, whispering that you're not capable, that you don't have what it takes, and that your efforts will never lead to success. It's easy to listen to this voice and let it dictate your actions, but the key to resilience is learning to recognize this voice for what it is: a manifestation of fear and insecurity, not a reflection of reality. Everyone experiences moments of self-doubt, no matter how successful they may appear on the outside. The difference between those who succeed and those who falter is not the absence of doubt, but the ability to push through it. Resilient individuals recognize their self-doubt, but they don't let it control their actions. Instead, they take action in spite of it, trusting that their effort and persistence will eventually overcome their insecurities. Doubt can also come from external sources. It may come from other people who question your decisions, your abilities, or your goals. Whether it's a well-meaning friend who doesn't understand your vision, a colleague who doubts your expertise, or a family member who doesn't support your dreams, the voices of others can sometimes be even more difficult to ignore than your own. When people you respect or care about express doubt, it can shake your confidence and make you question whether you're on the right path. But resilience means learning to stay true to your own vision, even when others don't see it. You have to remember that your journey is yours alone, and that others' opinions are often shaped by their own fears, insecurities, or limited perspectives. Just because someone else doubts you doesn't mean you should doubt yourself. Resilience is about trusting in your vision, regardless of what others may think. Another common source of doubt is the fear of failure. The prospect of failing, of not living up to your expectations or the expectations of others, can be paralyzing. The fear of failure can stop you from taking risks, from putting in the effort, and from pushing through challenges. But the truth is, failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Every successful person has encountered failure at some point, and most have faced it multiple times. Failure is not a reflection of your abilities or worth, it's simply a part of the process. It's a stepping stone on the way to success. When you encounter failure, you learn, you grow, and you become more resilient. It's through facing failure that you develop the strength to keep going, to keep trying, and to refine your approach until you find success. Resilient people understand that failure is not the end of the journey, it's just a temporary setback that leads to greater growth and learning. The key to resilience is not to avoid doubt, but to change the way you approach it. When doubt arises, instead of succumbing to it, choose to see it as a signal that you're on the right track. Doubt often arises when we're stretching ourselves beyond our comfort zones, when we're pursuing something new or unfamiliar. It's natural for the mind to resist change and growth as it thrives in the safety of the known. But the more you push yourself, the more doubt will arise, and that's a sign that you're growing. Resilience is the ability to keep going when things get uncomfortable, when you feel uncertain, and when the doubt is loud. It's about leaning into the discomfort and using it as motivation to push harder. When you realize that doubt is simply a part of the growth process, it becomes easier to move through it with strength and confidence.